Well, I suppose quite justified, but Agassi had the opening down the line.
2 set points for 2 sets to 1.
Thank you. Thank you, my class.
Well, you couldn't wish for more than this.
The great beauty of all this is that it's just sheer instinctive play. No other pattern, but brilliance.
Still set point.
Well, they're getting carried away, aren't they? Sampras really going for the biggest forehand you have ever seen.
Well, now, the momentum has turned again. Agassi elated at having saved the set points. Set all, 6 games all, 6 points all. Wonderful.
Agassi.
Having saved 2 set points, he has one. It was indeed wide. Flair, what a time. Gilbert on his feet. And that's simply one of the finest sets of tennis you could ever wish to see.
Agassi leads 2 sets to 1.
Brilliance, his sense of timing and learning from his mistakes. The previous backhand, he just steered when he was at the net back to Sampras's forehand, who had previously just smacked a winner. Here, going for the backhand side, a little bit of variation, even had Sampras made it. That's not his most telling ground stroke, the backhand. How on earth do you think when you're under such heavy fire?
There we are. Pete Sampras's record, as I say, this is his 91st week at #1. But what can the world's #1 do about this? He seemed to have turned that tiebreak on his head when he won the 5 successive points.
Well, he's made a habit of coming back here for the tie-breaks loss. Remember, against Larson, 2 sets to love down. One of those was a tiebreaker. He lost the first 2 sets against Courier. They were tiebreakers. He lost the first set against Chang. That was a tiebreaker. But Sampras is alive and well, having played those matches.
But does he possibly have the stamina to go another 5 sets on a hot day against a hot player?
Well, so much will depend on the Sampras serve.
Wayne McEwen just had a word with Agassi. I think he caught 1 or 2 of his asides and saying, well, hang on, I know you're only talking to yourself, but they're getting a bit loud.
Sampras to serve.
Sampras, who could so easily have been 2 sets to 1 up, is 2 sets to 1 down.
15 love.
Aces 16 and 17.
Oh. Forty 15.
Sampras sends a little reminder across the net, but I'm still around. This match has still got to be decided. Agassi, love 1, but leading by 2 sets to 1. That's what they're playing for. The men's singles trophy, Norman Brooks Challenge Cup.
Yes, Norman Brooks, a former champion himself in the very early days.
Love.
Do you think that game suggested a little bit that Sampras is going to conserve energy? If he doesn't win the first couple of points on the Agassi serve, he might say, OK, as long as I can keep holding serve and keep ahead, I've got to go 5.
Yes, I would doubt it somehow.
It's
an awful risk to take because what it means is that he's really got to serve extremely well. And in some ways, you may be right. That may be the extreme sort of pressure he needs to bring out his best serving. But then there was nowhere more pressure than in the tiebreaker, and he didn't exactly come out with aces there. And in some ways, you may be right. That may be the extreme sort of pressure he needs to bring out his best serving. But then there was nowhere more pressure than in the tiebreaker, and he didn't exactly come out with aces there. So I don't think he can count on it.
13-15.
It's 3, though, in this set so far.
That's not bad. 14-15. Game sampras. Sampras leads 2-1.
So the opening 3 games of this 4th set all held pretty comfortably. It will be tough for these guys to match the intensity we had at the end of the 3rd set.
One more game.
Yes, they make tremendous preparations for a long match on a hot day, these champs. They naturally make sure that their eating habits are good, make sure that they've taken plenty of minerals and liquid to prepare themselves and their body for a hot day. But really, given that most of them are very professional in that respect, the key thing, of course, is the mind. And Agassi certainly the one who says that it's mental approach that tends to differentiate who wins matches. It's mental toughness.
Time.
Just certain signs in the 2nd set there, and certainly early in the 3rd, that Agassi was beginning to lose it. So I suppose we've got to really talk very positively about him and his achievement here in overcoming that mindset and playing each point as it comes.
2¼ hours they've been playing for now. Sampras by 2 games to 1, Agassi by 2 sets to 1.
First love. First 15.
Just seems a little lethargic to me at the moment.
Yes, it's strange how he sometimes really lacks timing on that backhand volley. Lacks snap.
Game X, new balls. 2-all.
When we're talking about strength of mind, I mean, Sampras has now got to be somehow convincing himself that he can go 5 sets again. I know I had those set points, but I can still do it.
Of course he's got to do that. The one problem here is that he's against a man who I think is stronger and more determined, perhaps even,
15.
than those players that he's met. And perhaps it's the strength off the ground that is the more frightening when comparing him with Courier and Chang and Larson.
That was a 21st ace.